Welcome back to Say It With Your Chest. Another episode.
Episode 6, going strong.
I know. It's kind of crazy because we're filming this day before pod comes out because we've had a really busy week.
Yeah, super busy.
Yeah.
Especially for us. We had something like every day this week, which is a lot.
And not normal for us.
No, not normal at all.
Yeah, so it's a little Saturday pod recording.
Yeah. Okay, so first, we're just going to start with our week recap because also we're going to have a guest on the pod.
Our first pod guest, which we're really excited about because you've had 5 episodes of just us.
Yeah.
And now we have a guest.
Yeah, so
stay tuned.
Exactly. So first, starting off the week, we went out to a little dinner and drinks session with one of Hannah's friends. Yeah, one of Hannah's friends from grad school, and then 2 new friends that live in our neighborhood.
Yeah, so like my friend from school invited us out to drinks at Bar Taco, which I've never been to before, and I personally loved it.
Yeah, I love Bar Taco. There's one in New York in Portchester, so sometimes over the summer we'll like go there on the boat. So good.
So good.
It's
the food
always
was
so
like
good.
Amazing.
Yeah.
But yeah, so a couple of her friends just moved into the area of Boston and where we live.
Mm-hmm.
So she set us up on a little like blind date, which was really sweet. And I think it went really well.
Yeah. It was
fun for us, and it's like new. It's a new thing for us to try to like make new friends and, you know, connect with people that we haven't met previously.
Yeah. Well, so because it's hard when you're in the city, I feel like, to make new friends because it's like, where are you supposed to find them, you know?
Yeah.
Because most of the time I feel like you meet new friends through other mutual friends. So
that's what's happening.
Yeah. When you have the opportunity, you got to take it.
Yeah. But especially like these people are basically like our neighbors. So it's cool that we have more connections in this area. And like if we ever want to plan things, like it was just a really cool thing that we did this week, and I think it went really well for us and got us out of our shell a little bit.
Yeah, it was fun, and I feel like I definitely want to do more things like after work because it makes the week go by like so much faster.
Yeah,
you know,
and especially because me and like my friend, we had class all day. We went out on a Tuesday. So usually like I think of school days as just like long school days, but I'm getting more used to the idea that you can do things after school or after work. Like you don't have to just do like that the whole day. So it kind of opens up more free time when you like power through. Like you might think you're really tired. Like I was really tired, don't get me wrong, but it's important to like make time for your friends even when you're tired. And open yourself up to new opportunities.
Yeah, definitely make time for your friends, but also just like letting yourself have that time. Like I feel like something I'm learning more this year is it's important to have those like kind of like self-care moments, but also just like moments where you're still allowing yourself to have fun, because I feel like you can easily get in the routine of like work or school, just like focusing and honing in on that stuff, you know?
Actually, speaking of self-care moments is perfect to because I wanted to tell you about my self-care journey yesterday morning. So we actually we scheduled cleaning people to come for our apartment to like
it needed a deep
clean. Like obviously you guys know about the mouse situation, so I think we both feel better that like we know our 100%. Apartment is like completely clean now.
Yeah,
but it was like early in the morning and I had work last night, so like usually when I have work at 4, which is like ties back into the whole you can't really do anything when you have work, because when I have work at 4, I'm like the whole day is a wash. Like I don't do anything except for wait until I have to go into work. But since I was already up for the cleaning people to come, I didn't want to just like get in their way, so I decided to like go on a little self-care walk. And there's like a really nice park across the street from where we live. And it's like crazy because I've lived in this apartment for a year and I've never even tried to explore like across the street. Um, so I sat in the park. There's like a really nice field where people like run and like there
Play
were play
sports.
sports and like do all these things. So I sat like in the bleachers and like had my headphones in. Like it was perfect fall Boston weather.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just like, this feels so good. And I feel like I want to make
Yay.
it part of my routine to like
Mm-hmm.
get up in the morning and like spend time outside. I was like reading on my iPad and like had my headphones in, listening to new music.
Yay.
Yeah, and it felt so good. And you just like watch all the people. Like there was this older woman with her golden retriever,
Oh.
and like the dog was so cute and like followed her around the field and they were playing fetch, and I was just like, this is just a beautiful like human connection moment.
Experience.
Yeah, and so I just watched like a bunch of different people, like there were like parents with their little kids like out on the field running around, and I was just like, it's so cute to like just be in the community and like experience the city that we live in.
Yeah.
So I was like, that is something that I really want to make part of more like my routine. And yeah, it
Love
felt good to
that.
have like a moment of just like peace where I was like, I'm not going to think about anything else other than just like enjoying the moment.
Yeah. I totally agree with that. Like doing those little things like before work or whatever after that are just like for yourself are so important. Like, I don't know. I feel like it's something you forget about when you're just in your
Yeah.
routine, like so structured every day, but
Or just
super
spending
important.
like a few minutes, like, or like a half hour to just be outside
Mm-hmm.
felt really nice. I was like breathing in the air. And I was like, I forgot that how much better you feel when you like get some time outside.
Yeah, that's very, very true. That's why, like, on Mondays when I don't work, I just try to do stuff that will get me out of the house
Yeah.
or apartment, whatever, like before I have class because going outside is super important.
Yeah. I like always underestimate every time I'm feeling a little down or like stressed. I'm like, wait, when's the last time I was outside?
Yeah.
And then when I remember that, I feel a little bit better.
Yay, I love that.
Yeah.
I feel like I couldn't just read in the park though.
I know you're very anti reading in the park,
Yeah,
but I
super anti.
literally love it. It's just because it's like if you're reading that type of book and you're like outside, like
Mm-hmm.
the leaves are starting to turn, it like sets the mood. I like it.
Yeah, I don't know. No.
You have
It's
to
just not
find the
for
good
me.
spot, but
Yeah. Actually, this is so random, but something that I really want to do is go like by the Charles, like on the
I love that spot.
Esplanade. You know what I'm
Don't-
talking about?
I do, but I'm not gonna try to say it.
Okay, well, you guys know what I'm talking about if you're in Boston. But they have like a bunch of little like dock things that you can sit on. And I really want to go there one day, like at sunset and like have like dinner, like a little picnic.
Oh, we could totally do that.
Like, I feel like that would be so cute. But probably should have done that during the summer because now it's like basically gray and cloudy every day.
Yeah, but this is
So
again, I love this weather and I feel like it's kind of the perfect time.
Um, yeah. For me, when it's like gray outside, I don't really like going outside. Like, I need sun.
Well, you're not gonna get it.
I know. And this is where the struggle
Yeah,
of
but like
liking
sunset
Boston
kind of
begins.
vibe, I think it's still pretty
Yeah,
on the river.
we'll see. I don't know. I gotta. It's gonna be hard to get there the next couple of months, but we're gonna try to still like it. We're gonna try really hard. Okay. Continuing on with our week. Wednesday, did we do anything? No.
No.
Wednesday was a chill day. And then Thursday, we both had our own little adventures.
Oh yeah.
I know, it feels like so long ago, but it was like 2 days ago.
Yeah.
So Thursday I had a little like work outing thing where we went on one of the city cruises in the Boston Harbor. It was kind of like an awards dinner about like my company as a part of this like other organization, kind of confusing, but whatever. So we went on this city cruise. There were about like 8 of us, I think, and it was so fun. Like, originally I wasn't supposed to go, and then like another ticket opened up, so I got to go, and I'm so glad that I went because I kind of like at work, like there aren't a lot of people that are around my age, like in my department. So it's been like I still have people that I talk to and hang out with at work, but it's just, a little different because like they have like kids and like families and stuff like that. And obviously I don't relate to that because I don't have
Yeah.
that. Um, so yeah, it's just been like a little bit harder to like kind of relate and like make good connections, I guess you could say. But boat cruise was definitely a great bonding experience. Like we were all like drinking and dancing and stuff like that. So that was really fun. Yeah, and just like, getting to know people on like a deeper level, not just like in their work personas, I guess if that makes sense. Um, but yeah,
Wait,
food
I
was
want to
really
know
good.
how it was, um, like walking out of work in your dress. All like, did anyone
Oh,
say
yeah.
anything?
Okay. So I had to get ready at work because the boat was boarding at 5 and I end work at 4:30. And if you're in Boston, I work in Cambridge and the boat thing was in Seaport. So everyone was kind of like freaking out about like traffic and stuff like that because it was peak rush hour. So I stopped working around like 3:15ish to like get ready. And actually this was kind of funny, but while I was getting ready, I was like doing my makeup in the bathroom, and then my manager calls me and she's like, "Oh, do you mind just like going to check on like this room, whatever?" And we have these like little call like devices that we wear, and she called me on there, so I'm like doing my blush in the mirror and I answer, and she's like, "Oh, can you just check on this room?" And I'm like, "Yeah, like no problem," like while I'm literally doing my makeup. So that was funny. And then the other like woman I was getting ready with, she was like, "Oh man, that sucks." And I was like, "Yeah, I'm just gonna go like quick and do it."
Was your
um
makeup was half on?
yeah, it was mostly just like my base.
Yeah, that's the worst
And I was
though.
like, this is so awkward, but luckily like no one saw me. And I like have to wear like a mask at work, so I was like, okay, like this is kind of annoying because like just my makeup, mask, but whatever, it was fine. But yeah, so then I got like all ready. Um, and I was just like waiting on my floor, and since it was like 4:15, like there weren't that many people still there, so it was okay. Like no one really saw me. But then I went down to the lobby because my friend that was picking me up, like she doesn't work on Thursdays, and she was like, "Oh, I'll be there in 5 minutes. Like, can you go down and wait in the lobby so you can just like run in the car?" And I was like, "Yeah." I was like, "Of course." So then I just like go and I'm sitting in the lobby, and there's like we have like a security like person who sits in the lobby, and like just everyone like leaving from work. Like it was fine. Literally no one
Yeah, but
cared.
in your head, you're still
But I'm
like,
like,
oh my god.
okay. And of course, like my phone had like 47%. So I was like trying not to use it that much. But also, I was like, this is kind of embarrassing. I'm just sitting here in a dress. But it was fine because I just had to remind myself, like, literally, no one gives a fuck that you're wearing a dress right now. Like, it's
No.
fine. But that classic anxious girly thoughts that you're just like, everyone's staring at me and like, this is so uncomfortable. But it was okay because
You
she
didn't
was
get any
there.
comments?
No, no, literally no one cared, like, literally at all. And she was there in like 3 minutes, so it was fine. Um, but yeah, it was super fun. So glad I went. Food was great. Dessert, amazing. Um, yeah.
So do you think that you'd hang out with like those people outside of work again?
Uh yeah, maybe. Like I think we've gone out to drinks like before once after we had like another like work thing. And that was really fun. But it's kind of just like still making those connections,
Yeah.
like
So this is a huge step forward.
yeah, totally agree. And actually for work I just planned this like I'm on the engagement team for my department at work, which is like so on brand. But I just planned this engagement event for one of our meetings where like everyone has to it's kind of like show and tell, but it's like everyone brings in like a little like thing about themselves to like so everyone can like get to know themselves better. So yeah, I'm excited for that.
Yeah.
Hopefully it goes well. I have to figure out what like I'm gonna bring in. But I like planned this whole thing. I'm like, I don't even know what I'm bringing
It's kind of
in.
like back to the icebreakers thing where it's like,
Well, yeah, because it's like we all work together, but it's like no one really knows anything like
yeah,
deep about each other, or not deep, but just like
personal.
yeah. So we'll see how that goes. A lot of people aren't excited for it, but it's okay.
You have to make people excited for it. That's the whole point.
Yeah, I'm like, maybe I'll like bake something because everyone gets really happy when there's like free food. So I'm like,
Yeah.
maybe I'll bring
That's
something
a
in
crowd
to
pleaser.
like, yeah, spice it up a little and make people happy. A little fall dessert or something.
Yeah.
We'll see. We'll see if I have time, but yeah, that's it from me.
I know. That same night, I had drinks with a friend in Southie. Um, I'm also, this is another like learning experience for me is that
Mm-hmm.
even when plans are like spontaneous, like I should still say yes to them. I'm very much a person that like needs a plan in order to like hang out with people, or like I like just being prepared for what my day is gonna look like,
Mm-hmm.
which I'm sure like a lot of people could relate to because I mean people's time is like
Important.
precious, yeah. So it's like
Yeah.
you like to know how your day is gonna go, but sometimes you just have friends that like don't really work that way and kind of just do things on a whim. So I'm trying to be more open to like saying yes to things that aren't previously planned. So a friend asked me to like go out to dinner on Thursday, and I was like, you know what? Like I was already in bed, like like so tired. I worked that day. But I was like, you know what? I should go. And honestly ended up being like really fun. We went to Lincoln in Southie. The Pats game was on. I don't really hang out in that area a lot, so it was cool to be in a new area of Boston.
Mm-hmm.
Food was amazing. Um, and I know that's like it turns into like more of a bar at night that people go to, so I would
Yeah.
definitely go back there. But yeah, it was fun to like catch up. I haven't seen her in a while, so I'm glad that I made the time for that.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I think that maybe that'll be a new thing for me.
Yeah.
It's just saying
I
yes.
like a good spontaneous plan, honestly.
I don't.
I do. I feel like I don't know, because sometimes it's like just fun to be like, okay, like now we're going here. I'm like, okay,
Yeah,
let's
because
do
like she's
it.
the type where like she'll just pick me up and I have no idea like what we're doing or like where we're going. Um, but I think that's like healthy for me because I'm like it doesn't allow me to like plan anything, which I
Yeah,
feel
or
like
worry
or
or
worry or
overthink.
like overthink of what I'm wearing or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna throw on some clothes and have a good time no matter where we go.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's very much like a loss of control thing for me where I'm
Yeah.
like I usually pick like the restaurant
Mm-hmm.
and I like being in control of that stuff.
Yeah.
But it's kind of nice when someone else like takes the
We'll
reins
plan it.
on that because it
Yeah.
doesn't always have to be me.
Yeah.
Um
I agree with that. Did you like Southie, that area?
um
Oh, tea.
I think it's very I'm trying to find the right words for it because I did enjoy like that area, but it
Mm-hmm.
reminded me very much of just like undergrad. Like it was very young crowd, which I love because I mean obviously I'm young,
Yeah.
but in my mind I'm also like not like you know what I mean.
Yeah. I used to have a friend that lived in Southie, but she moved back to New York. And whenever I would go out over there, like I loved it. Like it just reminds me of
Yeah,
college. So
like
I
I
feel like
didn't go
that's why I
out,
like
so I
it.
don't know how like the going out scene is. Like it was just dinner, but from people who
Mm-hmm.
were starting to roll in from like for the
Yeah.
bar area and stuff, like it seemed cool. Like
Yeah. And I think it's nice because it is like all people our age. You know what I
yeah,
mean? Whereas here I feel like you could get more like families or like old like not old people, but like older people, like people in their 30s or whatever. Um,
it's
but yeah,
just crazy
Southie,
too how
I like it.
like yeah, it's crazy too how like the areas in Boston are so um they're so close together, but
Mm-hmm.
they all have such a distinct personality.
Yeah, so true.
So it was completely different from Fenway, and so I looked at like I kind of didn't know where I was. I was like, oh my god, like am I in a
Yeah,
completely new place?
Because it doesn't give city. Like, it gives
it doesn't give city.
suburb.
That's kind of like what I was trying to get at, is that
Mhm.
it's more suburban and it just looks different. So
It reminds me of Amherst. Like, just
that's
like
what I was gonna
college.
say, but I didn't
Yeah.
want to offend anyone.
No, like, not in the way that Amherst is like in the middle of nowhere, but it just gives college.
Right, that's what
town,
basically.
like,
Okay, guys.
Yeah.
That is what I was trying to say. Like, it did remind me very much of Amherst.
Yeah.
Like the guys walking through were very much Amherst.
Mhm. Like fratty, like
Fratty, and
yeah.
like obviously, if you know like what the Boston uniform is, like
Yep.
every girl in Southie is wearing the black top jeans, white sneakers.
Yeah.
But that was very Amherst. So I thought that was my experience.
That's
of
what
it.
you're trying
That's
to
what
say.
I was trying
Yeah.
to say without saying, because I didn't. People are gonna be like Boston and Amherst are not similar, but
yeah, no.
that specific area that I was very much.
Yeah, because it
Amherst.
just doesn't give city.
Yeah.
But it's like collegey and like young people, which is like what
Just kind of like
Amherst
less
is.
refined, like
yeah, more
like I don't want to say dirty, because that's why I didn't want to say that, but like dirty in kind of a fun, like young way, where it's like no one,
Yeah.
everyone's just kind of like going to drink and like
yeah,
raging,
like loose.
Yeah, that's what I kind of mean by that.
Yeah, like I think I would consider it, but I don't know if I would live in Southie, because I think it would just be a lot of pressure of like feeling like I need to go out and like needing to like do all of that like college kind of stuff.
Right.
Where I feel like I don't really need that in my life anymore.
Yeah.
But I do like that it's like all people our age, like probably similar like vibes and stuff like that. Like I think
we
really
should
cool about Southie.
definitely make an effort to like get over there more, and I think that we would like going out there.
Yeah. For sure. So yeah, it's a cool area.
Yeah. That was like our weekly recap.
Yeah. And I guess now we'll bring our guest in. Come on, guest.
Okay, guys, let's introduce our guest.
Oh, let's give her a little intro.
Yeah.
Okay, guys. So this is our friend Lexi from college. Oh my god.
This is so crazy.
And a little funny story about Lexi is that when we first met her, we didn't know what her name was.
Yes, that's like the biggest thing, is like we were like introduced to this girl, and we were like in the same sorority for so long with her.
Yeah.
And we did not know what her goddamn name was.
Yeah, because it was during COVID, and her Instagram is like, it says Lexi, but it also says Stacy, and then like her Zoom would say like either Lexi or so like every time it would change.
Every time we would
and,
see
like,
something, it would be a different name. So
we
we
were like,
didn't know what to call her.
And then when we became friends with her, we just called her Lexi Stacy.
Yeah. So let's introduce Lexi
Stacy. Come on in, homie. We'll shift.
They got this in the middle of us. Oh.
Get in here. Wait, let me fix this so you can see yourself.
I can share my mic with you.
Welcome, Lexi. Are you so excited to be on the pod?
So excited, guys. I'm so excited.
Okay, you want to introduce yourself?
So I'm Lexi Stacy, I guess. Mostly go by Lexi, though. And I've been friends with these two since college and sorority lifestyle.
Wait, why don't you go into like what your side of becoming friends with us was?
Oh yeah, and then we'll
Okay.
tell our side.
Okay, so I think that you guys were like the picture girls. You were always like on Instagram, and I feel like that's like the only reason I knew you, because I joined during COVID.
Right,
so
right.
I didn't really know anyone besides my pledge class, and then you guys were all over the Instagram, so I was like, oh, these girls are cool. And then I think the first time we met was that hike, which I was dying on that hike.
That was a
But
hard hike.
Yeah, it was like probably not that hard, but like I thought it was so hard.
Yeah.
And then I just had our one other friend there who I knew, and then you guys, I was like, oh, okay. And then you guys started talking to us, and then I was like, oh, we're gonna be friends with these girls.
Now we'll tell our side of
Well,
it.
because the thing is like why we started talking to
Yeah.
her. That's like the segue here.
So basically, it was like right when junior year started. This was like our first sorority event of the year. Oh God, talking about the sorority.
I know.
event.
I don't.
It's fine. We're just talking about how we met.
Last week's
So
episode
chill.
didn't really go over well. If that's what we're kind of saying, but
Okay. So anyway, we're at this sorority thing, and there was a tailgate the next day or that weekend or something, and I was like, Hannah, like we have to go to like a pre for the tailgate. Like we have to find someone to pre with for the tailgate.
this makes it
So
sound
then-
so bad.
No, but we were making friends, you know?
Making friends.
So then I think either Lexi was in front of us or behind us, like
Behind
talking
us.
behind us, talking to this girl, and she was talking about how she was having a pre for the tailgate at her house.
I
and was like,
remember hitting Jess and being like, "Are you
"Oh."
fucking hearing this?"
Yeah, I'm like, oh, let me turn my ears on really quick.
I said, "Pay fucking attention to what this girl is saying."
So then this is when we're going up the mountain, and we're like, okay, like how are we gonna fucking get an invite to this thing? Like we gotta start talking to this girl. And then we go over, we start talking to her, and then she invited us to the pre for the tailgate.
Yeah,
And the
why
rest
I think
is
it's really
history.
funny because like Lexi kind of started off as our party friend, where like
Yeah.
she just kind of knew everything that was going on at school, and like we really didn't. So she
Yeah.
was like our in on everything. But obviously, after that whole period, we created like a deeper friendship.
Right. Because Lexi is from this beautiful state, Massachusetts. So she knew like a lot of people at school.
Yeah.
Where, as you guys know, we're like out of staters. So we didn't really know a lot of people.
Yeah.
So yeah, and then we became better friends, and then we became friends with our other friend. And then yeah,
The rest is
pretty much
history.
history.
Do you want to? Okay, go for it.
And these girls were very sneaky with their ways because I had no idea that they wanted to come to this like pregame for the tailgate. They were just, chatting it up, and I was like, I guess being friendly, and I was like, why don't you guys come? Like
That-
new little
It
sorority.
was so fun though. That
Oh, it was
pre.
so fun.
Yeah.
That was like the start.
That was early.
Yeah.
Early,
But I feel
early
like that's
days.
something like about Lexi that like kind of gravitated us towards her is that she's very much like the more the merrier, like you're all like
yes.
invited, like so it's never like awkward to be like, oh, can I come to this? Because I
Yeah.
feel like that's very much
Lexi's
your
an easy
personality.
person to invite yourself to things.
Yeah.
In a good way. In a good way. In a good way.
Yeah, of course, in a good way.
I know.
So yeah, that's kind of how we like became friends.
Yeah. Wait, I want to know, do you want to talk about like your experience so far post grad?
Sure.
Like where are you at now after graduation?
Okay, so I feel like I need to go out and explore more because even though I'm from Boston area,
Yeah.
I still haven't really explored all the parts of the city, and I feel like you guys living in Boston have done that more than me because you always have a new place to go, and I'm like, sure, whatever. But yeah, besides that, it's like you're meeting new people, meeting people at work, going out with them, meeting their friends. Everyone's kind of in the same boat of like, we need to meet new people, try new things,
Yeah.
get out there.
And I feel like you have like a different perspective than us because you are still living at home right now.
Yep.
So like how has that been for you?
It's good. I think, well, I'm living at home because hopefully some people listening can relate. I'm paying my
I'm
loans.
sure, yeah.
I'm broke, the usual. But it's not that bad because I'm only 20 minutes away from Boston. But I could see how if you were further, like say 40 minutes, it's hard to like find an Uber. The public transportation's great, but it sucks sometimes.
Yeah.
So
And Lexi hates coming to our apartment because she can't park anywhere.
yeah, and then I get really expensive tickets. Yeah, but that was kind of it. Yeah, just getting out and about. I think that's like what I need to do more because I just want to lay in bed all day.
Relatable.
Very, very relatable. But I think a big thing about Lexi is you are very outgoing. Like, that's something that I like admire in you, is that you're not scared to like talk to new people or like just really like put yourself out there, which I think is something we both kind of like struggle with, is like just putting
Definitely.
yourself out there like from the beginning. But you're really good at that, and you're kind of like, this is who I am, like take it or fucking leave it. Like that's just who I am, which I feel like is so good. Like a lot of people aren't like that. So yeah.
Well, yeah, but also like being friends with you like pushes us out of our shell
Mhm.
more. Like we like
Yeah.
know so many more people because of you.
Yeah.
So I feel like in that way, like opposites attract kind of thing. Like you need people in your life that do both. And
Mhm.
also we teach Lexi a lot too.
Yeah. We are teaching Lexi a lot of
Lexi,
things
tell us
this year.
what we taught you so that we know that you're learning.
Yeah.
Okay, you've taught me that going out in casual clothing is different than
This isn't even the important one. Okay, let's hear.
Yeah,
Going
let's
out
hear
in
it.
casual clothing is what?
Say it loudly.
What going out in casual clothing is?
Yeah.
Okay, so personally, I'm not like the dressiest type, which these two are. They're always like like look at what they're wearing. They're always down.
I'm literally wearing sweatpants.
Well, whatever. It's based, not the point. But you know, we go out for dinner, and they're like, we're dressing casual, and I'm thinking casual like leggings and a top or something casual to me. Then we get there, and these two are in jeans and full face makeup, and then there's me. So I've learned that you're casual, and I guess everyone else is casual except for me. Doesn't mean what I wear.
That is really funny.
That's my major learning point.
Okay, I definitely thought you were gonna say something else.
Yeah, I thought you were gonna say something totally different because this is another thing about Lexi is that like sometimes she
I know you're gonna say.
see sometimes
Okay,
she
she
like
remembers.
forgets what we've talked about.
So, moral of the story, she's not learning.
No, but sometimes she has these moments where she's like has like a huge moment of clarity, but then she'll retreat backwards. But then we like that's why that's what friendship
We
is.
remind her.
Yeah, we're here to remind.
Okay, so do you remember?
Okay, it's gonna be not caring about what other people think.
Yes.
And then just do what you want to do.
Yes.
Yeah, I've been doing a lot of that lately. Brought to you by these two. They were like, you just have to stop caring, do you. And I have been, and it's been working out great for me, honestly.
Yeah, we're like, take everything with a grain of salt. Like, don't take things too personally.
Right.
Because, well, I feel like that's another thing with like you being able to just put yourself out there, is that, like I said, you're like, take it or leave it, but also it kind of gives you more like of a vulnerability with people where it'll let you like take things more personally, you know? So with us, like guarded people, we're like, you have to take things with a grain of salt and not let them upset you.
Or like only focus on what you can control.
Yes.
Because if you try to control the emotions, reactions of other people, it will only drive you crazy.
Yes.
So that's what we like reiterate. So I feel like our friendship is a mutual learning experience.
Exactly.
Which is interesting.
Trying to think what else.
I know. We're going to a crab boil tonight.
Ooh.
Oh, that's
favorite.
another thing that Lexi introduced me to, at least, is the crab boil. And so now I'm really excited.
Yes, I love crab boils. My mom grew up in like Maryland, DC area, so she introduced me to them. But now, like in New York, they're like kind of expensive, but here they're like not. So I'm like,
yeah, we're actually going for a casual dinner.
Yeah,
a casual dinner tonight. So yeah, I feel like we have a lot to discuss offline.
We have a lot to discuss offline.
But these are my favorite like nights in Boston. It's just like chilling, getting a drink, talking shit, like just being girls.
Precisely. Anything you want to say to the pod, Lexi?
Was it being on the pod as scary as you thought?
Yes.
Why? Why do you think it's scary? Like we just talk.
It's so chill.
Okay, it's not that scary. I'm just dramatic. it's actually not that bad. But I was a little bit nervous today.
I know. Hopefully, this will like encourage other people to want to
To
be
come on the pod.
guests, because I think our friends are a little scared of our pod because they don't know what's going to come out of our mouths.
Yeah, but like we won't scare anyone. We want everyone to feel comfortable on the pod.
Right.
Um.
Wait, I have something to mention.
Okay.
That's kind of off topic, but feel free to
Join
jump in. Yeah.
Okay.
Have you heard about Zach Bryan's mental breakdown?
No.
Okay. Have you?
I don't really like this guy.
Oh my god. Well, it's not about liking him, but it's just that's like kind of the biggest thing I'm seeing online right now is that because did you see his tweet?
Oh yeah, the one I sent to you.
Yeah.
Where he was like Kanye over Taylor Swift.
Yeah. So that's like crazy.
Yikes.
But then he wrote Eagles over Chiefs, Kanye over Taylor. And then he deleted his entire Twitter account.
Oh, I saw it. I did see you delete
And
it.
then I realized I put two and two together that Brie was absent from BFFs that week. So now the whole like scandal on the internet is that like they're not doing well.
Zach and Brie?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Because she was absent from BFFs and something's happening and he like deleted all social media and I don't know. I feel like those two are always going through it, so I just had to bring it up because that's like kind of the biggest thing that I've seen so far.
That is crazy. I
know you like Zach Bryan though.
I know, I do, but I don't know the drama. I don't know the tea.
You're in it for the music.
Yeah, I'm in it for the music.
Which is fair, but I just thought that was crazy.
That is crazy. I don't know what to think about that.
Yeah, there's nothing really to think about it. I just thought it was good to mention because everyone's talking about it right now.
I do have something to say about it. Well, I just want to say that like Brie was on tour with him like the whole time, like living on the bus, blah blah blah. And has he been with Brie when she was on tour?
No.
Interesting.
Also, a lot of people are pointing out that like Grace just had her first couple of shows with Whitney, opening up for Whitney, and like Brie hasn't posted anything like congratulations or anything like that. But so I feel like there's just a lot of like secretive drama going around this whole like circle right now.
Well, apparently
that I'm
Grace
like in tune with.
Zach don't get along.
That's another rumor.
Is word on the street. And also, like, I don't know, those two. Something's not right.
Right, there's something going on, and there's always something going on with Zach. So I don't know. I'm keeping my eye on it.
Yeah. I'm thinking of that Taylor Swift lyric that's like, I think I've seen this before. Yeah, and I didn't like the ending.
Yeah.
So I guess we'll have to keep up with what's going on there. But the biggest thing that I've been seeing on the internet recently, and I literally went down a huge rabbit hole conspiracy thing on TikTok of fucking P. Diddy.
Oh.
Which I'm sure, like, everyone, like, if you haven't seen this, like, you literally live under a rock. But obviously, he just got arrested for being, like, a fucking pedophile. But there's this woman. Her name is Jagger Wright. Everyone should look her up. She knows literally everything about, like, all these people. And I was going down a rabbit hole yesterday because she just, like, tells, like, the truth. She's like, oh, everyone's looking at Diddy, but, like, everyone needs to look into Jay-Z, like they're best friends, like nobody knows what he's doing, like literally just like exposing all these celebrities. I have no idea how she knows all of this, just, like, but it's like
all the celebrities have something shady going on. Like
I know
they all do.
But then she was saying how like Diddy was like a predator to Justin Bieber and like to Usher, and like it goes like so freaking deep. And I literally was just on TikTok for like 2 hours last night just watching all of these videos of this woman. I'm like, everyone should fucking watch it if you like conspiracy theories and want to like
but also like that shit's like real shit. Like, you know what I mean?
I know. But I'm like, who's gonna be next that's gonna be exposed? And apparently Diddy's on suicide watch in jail right now. Because you know, like Jeffrey Epstein, like
is he in real jail though or like fake jail?
Well, I think
Or
I think
or
you
like
go-
country club jail.
no, I think you go to jail while your like trial's going on.
Oh,
so
and then
he's
you go to
there, and then you
prison.
go to prison. Yeah.
He wasn't even given bail. Like he wasn't.
I know,
allowed to
they
post
denied
bail,
his
and then-
bail.
Yeah, and then also, did you guys see that Justin Bieber came out and said that like nothing, he was not a predator, Justin Bieber, whatever.
Oh, Justin
he
Bieber
did?
supported him.
I don't think it was like supported him.
It
more
just
like
said that
this-
wasn't true.
Yeah, it was like I didn't know any of this, but he wasn't like creepy to me. But he was also young, so like who probably knows what he was probably doing then.
Yeah. I don't
Interesting.
know. I like was watching so many fucking videos, and then it like goes into the Illuminati stuff. And I'm like, okay, I gotta get out of this
The
rabbit hole.
Illuminati is when you
That's where
kind
you
of like
stop.
reassess and you're
Yeah.
like, maybe it's time to go to sleep.
But I do think that thing is real. Like, just putting it out there.
Yeah.
I think that shit.
But I
is
feel like once you
real.
get to that corner of the internet, it's kind of time to like, all right.
I know, and I'm like, I can't mess up like my whole feed because it's very like tailored to me, and I love it. So like, I can't have all this infiltrating in on my TikTok, you know?
Right. Those are
Um,
like the two main things that I saw this week that
Yeah,
I thought we should talk about.
craziness. I guess that's it for this episode. Yeah. So, want to say all our follow things?
Oh yeah.
You're good at that.
Okay, so if you're watching this or listening to this, check us out on all of our socials at sayitwithyourchest.podcast on Instagram, at withyourchest on TikTok, and at withyourchest on YouTube. Leave a
Yes.
like, a comment, subscribe, rate, whatever you feel like doing, we will appreciate it.
Thanks for watching or listening, and Lexi, thanks for being our
Thanks
first
for joining
guest.
us.
Thanks for having me.
Yay!
Yeah, I'm
All
so
right,
excited.
bye guys. See you next week.